What's going on? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. What's up? What's up? Let's get in here. We're going to go get started immediately. Immediately. Sorry, y'all. I'm ready to get this going. So let's go ahead and start sharing and doing all the things. Thumbs up on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Do all of that stuff. You know what it is. Okay. Because tonight I am going to be talking about the crypto market is down right now, of course. So some things that we should know, especially for my beginners out there, some things that you should know before you start buying. Because if you don't know these things, then you are more than likely going to make some mistakes that you're going to be upset about. And I don't want you to make them mistakes because I did it. I've been there, done that, and I want to help you out. Okay. I see you, Casino Sunday. What's going on? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So let's get the sharing. Let's get the liking. Tap, tap, tap it up on TikTok. Thumbs up on YouTube. Subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Hit the notification bell if you have not done that yet as well. So we can get this conversation started. Okay. So last week we talked about our wallets. Now I know, yes, I see you. What's going on? Tend to love. I see you, Big Moose. What's going on, Sunshine? Hello, hello, happy Tuesday. I see you on YouTube. Welcome, True Grit. Wade, what's going on, man? What's going on, my brother? So yeah, we talked about wallets last week. We did a little extra when talking about wallets, but today what I want to do is I'm going to be answering some questions that I got asked a few weeks ago, but it's just timing to get everything together. But Mardi Gras season is over, so we here. All right. So I'm going to talk about how we're going to start buying our cryptocurrency, but also I got questions about trading. So for my people who had the question about like what do I look for as a trader and do I trade? How do I trade? So on and so forth. I'm gonna share with y'all a few things that I personally look for, and then also what I'm studying and practicing right now. Okay, because I'm a little rusty because I was a forex trader and also crypto. And so because I've been having issues with finding really good crypto exchanges, or not exchanges, but brokers where I can trade. Good evening, Miss Martine. I see you. And then also that allows me to trade gold because those are my two things that I love to trade, gold and Bitcoin. D Hardy, what's going on? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Because of that, it's been a struggle from going from what I've been using for the past 5.5, 6 years, right? To now it's like, dang, all of y'all corrupt. All right, so I did get told about one brokerage, but they don't allow you to trade gold. It's only crypto. So I'm looking for something where I can trade gold, which is my first love, and then crypto as well, specifically Bitcoin. Those are my two. Okay. So right now I'm back in practice mode because I haven't traded live in a few months because of everything that I just told y'all. Okay. So I want to make sure that that's out there. So before somebody say, you doing this right now, I'm not doing that right now. I'm back in practice mode because I'm a bit rusty. I know it, especially when it comes to putting a trade in. It's been a minute. So I want to make sure I put that out there. TikTok Angler, I see you. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. All right. So we're going to talk about all that so that way you know the difference between being a trader and an investor, and then identifying where you're at. I know we kind of talked about it before, but I want you to see for yourself how it works. And then that can kind of give you an idea of, is this something I want to do? Do I want to trade, or do I want to stick to being an investor? Or, hey, maybe down the line, I'll probably consider trading because I'll get better as an investor. Make sense? All right. So last week, like I said, we talked about wallets. Okay. So hopefully everybody is good to go or brushed up on their wallet knowledge. But now this is what I've had conversations about with beginners. Okay. They want to know how to actually buy crypto. And more importantly, welcome, Nice Templar. I think that's what it say. But more importantly, it's how do you not buy it in the wrong way? Okay. So tonight, like I said, there are a few things that I'm going to talk about. Okay, y'all go ahead, keep tapping the screen. Come on, we should be, closer to 1,000 likes on TikTok by now. All right. That's normally our thing. So let's just tap, tap, tap it up. And then, of course, share as well. If you are new here and you're like, I don't know you like that, girl, you can always repost because that's what I do. I repost people live streams. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about exchanges, the centralized and decentralized exchange. So that way you know the difference between the two. We're going to talk about market versus limit orders. So when my people are saying that they want to trade and or invest, you know what you're doing and you know why you're doing a market order or a limit order. Okay. Also, how to buy your crypto just in general, and then of course we're going to talk about trading versus being an investor, or a trader versus being an investor, trading versus holding. All right. Thank you so very much for the repost, Miss Martine. So who here on YouTube and on TikTok, who here has already created an account with a crypto exchange? Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if you have one already. Okay? Give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat. Welcome, Wanda. If you already have an account with a crypto exchange, type new, the word new in the chat if you're brand new and you have never ever put any money into the market. You don't have a crypto exchange at all, but you are looking to learn. Phenomenal. I see you, Kenneth. Welcome. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Okay. I see Wade gave me the thumbs up. Again, type new if you have not put any money into the market. You're new to the market. You're curious about the market. You just want to kind of figure things out, because that'll let me know if I can speed through some stuff or not. Tiki Taki, welcome. Okay, so Wanda, yes, Miss Martine. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna kind of talk about some stuff, and then I'm gonna move on to the other stuff. The Kane, what's going on? Okay, Kane around here. Sorry, sorry. Don't mind me. Don't mind me at all. All right, so let's go. So first, we're going to make sure that everybody is aware of the difference between centralized and decentralized exchanges. Okay, so remember, I'm on two different platforms. Y'all keep tapping the screen. Tap the screen. Area 0913. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Tap the screen and then share, share, share for my people who've been here before. And then also, if you haven't been here before, but you're like, okay, I think I'm about to learn something, go ahead and repost. Okay, welcome, Van. I see you. Happy Tuesday. So some of you have probably heard the terms like centralized and decentralized when people speak on cryptocurrency. All right. If you haven't, then I'm about to help you out. With D-Source, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay. If you don't know what those terms are or the difference between the two, I need you to type me in the chat because I don't want to just go forward. Han, welcome. And then people are like, wait, what? Huh? Because again, these lives are typically for beginners, but I always encourage Robo, welcome. I always encourage experienced crypto investors to jump on, because you guys, we can be the community to help. Okay, we could be the people to help. All right. So TK, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. Thank you for grabbing that heart meat. All right. So everybody knows the difference between centralized and decentralized. If you don't, the dingo, welcome. If you don't, I need you to type me in the chat. We're talking about our crypto exchanges before people start purchasing and or actually before they start creating accounts with these crypto exchanges. If y'all know the difference, I'm gonna keep on going. I'm just gonna move on. I'm giving y'all a second because I know sometimes on TikTok, TNT, welcome, Agent X, welcome. I know sometimes on TikTok there's okay, so thank you, Sunshine. So I got you. Okay, Sunshine said they are new to crypto market, so I'm gonna go over this stuff. Tyler 999, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay, so we have two separate types of exchanges that we can invest in or invest with in the cryptocurrency market. There's our centralized exchange, welcome Manny, and then we have our decentralized exchange. Okay, so centralized exchanges are regulated, okay, by your country. They're custodial platforms where you can just buy and sell your cryptocurrency, but they require something called a KYC, and they hold us as customers, they hold our funds. Okay, so KYC, Human Rights Gold, welcome. For those that aren't familiar with the term, it's short for, hey, thank you so very much for such a time. I appreciate that. Money with confidence, welcome. KYC is short for know your customer. So the KYC, if you didn't know, is used to verify a user's identity. It's to help prevent money laundering, okay, terrorism, financing, and fraud, and all that stuff. OMA, welcome, happy Tuesday. So this typically requires like photo identification with Crypto Angel. Welcome, happy Tuesday. This requires photo identification, all right, with additional proof that you are who you say you are. Okay. So, hey, thank you for grabbing that heart, me. I appreciate you. So, it may include you providing a selfie, okay, or bills, some type of bills that match the address on your driver's license, photo ID, whatever it may be. The Dingo, welcome. Thank you so very much for that, Harmony. I appreciate you. Okay, G More Keys, I see you. Happy Tuesday. Okay, so that's KYC. That's part of the centralized version. Okay, so our centralized exchanges require us to provide that documentation to say we are who we say we are. Izzy, welcome. Money with confidence, I see you. Welcome back. Okay. Now, decentralized exchanges, and if you need me to slow down, please say, Leona, push pause. Back it up. Can you repeat something? Okay. Chapo 916, welcome. Thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay. So decentralized in this space, talking about cryptocurrency, y'all. Okay. Decentralized exchanges operate via smart contracts. For my people, big Papi Yoda, welcome. For my people who are like, wait, what? Smart contracts? I got you. This is the simplest way I have learned to explain it that people understand. Everyone knows how vending machine works, correct? You go to the vending machine, you see that there's something that you want. Excuse me, you see there's something that you want to purchase out of that vending machine, right? You identify the number and the letter, and you type in that number and letter. You put the amount of money that it says that it costs to purchase that item. Unapologetic and Genesis, welcome. You put that money in there, you type that letter and that number, and then it automatically gives you that item that you purchased and change if you need it, right? Vending machines does not require coin man, my bad, welcome. Vending machines do not require a person to complete the transaction for you, right? It is programmed. You must do this in order to get this, right? It is programmed. That's how smart contracts work in the crypto market. Okay. So think of it like vending machines. Good job, y'all, on getting us to 1K likes. Okay. Great job. Now let's get it to 5. Let's get it to 5. Figure 2023, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay. So decentralized exchanges operate using those smart contracts that I just talked about. Okay. And that's for that peer-to-peer, like non-custodial trading. They offer higher privacy and control, but on the flip side, it can come with lower liquidity. Now, I'm going to give y'all some examples, but there are over 1,400 exchanges out here, y'all. So what I give you is not all of them, okay? So here are some examples of our centralized exchanges, okay? Remember, they require that KYC, the documentation, they hold our funds, so on and so forth, okay? So some of those are Coinbase, which a lot of people have heard of, Binance. Some people can still use that Kraken, not Uniswap, Jesus, that's decentralized. Uphold, Gemini, yada, 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 y'all know, okay? Robin actually transfer your crypto now versus how it was back in the day. Nickname, Bond, welcome. Happy Tuesday, y'all, okay? So these are just a few of them. Like I said, there's over 1,400 crypto exchanges out there, y'all, okay? So our crypto, our centralized crypto exchanges, I want you to think of them like pretty much a stock brokerage app. Like I have Fidelity and Charles Schwab as well as Interactive Brokers. So NY and Texas, limit your options. Absolutely, the Dingo. I got to pin that because I lived in both states, and New York is by far the strictest one out of the two. Because I know Uphold is not available in NY. There are certain cryptocurrencies you cannot purchase, you cannot hold because you live in the state of New York. Okay, so even when it comes to doing like well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but yes, There are restrictions when it comes to certain states. So please make sure you research that when you're looking at getting into this space to purchase some of your crypto. So, all right. So our centralized exchanges are like a stock brokerage app. Okay, you sign up, you verify your ID, you link your bank, you buy your crypto. Okay, so if you have Charge Schwab, whatever in the stock market, if you have those, then guess what? Boom. We have the same process, okay, for the most part. Some of the pros when it comes to our centralized crypto exchanges is they're easy. For the most part, they're beginner friendly and they have pretty decent customer support. Now, I gotta say this up front. Every single one of them, even if they are centralized, they do not all have really great customer support. They don't all have decent customer support. So this will be part of your research before you decide to invest with a specific crypto exchange. Okay, so they both have a stock exchange license, I believe, which require more regulations. Yeah. Um, okay, so I just need to be clear on that. Angelia, I think that's how you say it. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay. Some of the cons that come with our centralized crypto exchanges where they require that KYC, your identification and selfies and all this other stuff, right? You don't control your crypto. You don't technically own it because you do not have the keys to said wallet. Last week, this is why we talked about wallets first, because that gets us to this point, right? There are different types of wallets you can have. There's the private wallet that we can have as retail traders, but guess what? These crypto exchanges, Big John Q, welcome. Um, the crypto exchanges have their own wallets. We don't have access to those keys. So guess what? They control our crypto. Does that make sense? So this is why we talked about wallets last week, because I want to make sure that we know which ones we can utilize as crypto investors, retail investors. Thank you, Ms. Martine, for that, Harmony, and for liking the live. I appreciate you. Alan said it's definitely a good time to buy. Market is in extreme fear. Okay, so beginners, y'all to get to that point when you feel like this is the time, yay or nay. Okay. So I want to be clear on that. This is why we talked about having either or both a hot and or cold wallet, because we know we talked about last week our hot wallets, we use those as pretty much like our checking account. Oh, Angelina, thank you so very, very much. Angelia, my bad, I said it too fast. Angelia, thank you so very much for the roses. So we use our hot wallets like a checking account. Okay, we know the money that we put into our hot wallet, we're going to use that soon. Okay, we're going to be making some transactions really soon. Ron, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay, our cold wallet is one that we are keeping for the future. It's either something that we're just storing large sums of our crypto there for us to utilize later, right? And or we can have multiple, right? And or we're storing crypto on those cold wallets for future generations, meaning we're not touching it. When we put the money on these particular cold wallets, those particular ones are for our kids, our grandbabies, so on and so forth. Okay, it's not going to be for us. Totally up to you how you do that, because your financial plan is going to be your financial plan. Thank y'all so very much for continuing to like the live. Let's get to 5K. Okay, 5K is the next goal. Let's run it. Okay. So, and then also with our centralized exchange, their platform risk. Okay. I will use Coinbase as an example because I have Coinbase and I've had them. That is the very first crypto exchange that I got before getting Binance back in 2020. No, my bad, not 2020. I had Binance back in 2017. Uh, so fix that, Leona. So yeah, so back in, I believe it was 2021, I want to say. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was 2021 is when I read my first article. Sean, welcome. When I read my first article about Coinbase being hacked. And there was a couple, I read specifically about this couple that had over $1 million worth of crypto on Coinbase's exchange, and their crypto was snatched. And I don't recall, because I sure enough looked. I was looking like, did they ever get that crypto back? You know what I'm saying? I don't recall seeing an article saying that they got their cryptocurrency back. Now, if they did, that's awesome. But like I said, I did look because I remember reading that article about that couple, and they were very, very upset, as they should be. But one of the things that stood out to me in that article is because they said they did not know about having these different wallets and that they shouldn't have kept their crypto on the exchange. They didn't know. They had over $1 million worth of crypto sitting on the Coinbase exchange, and they did not know that they should have their own wallets. So for my people who haven't put a dime into the market yet, and you're like, I didn't know anything about a wallet, you shouldn't feel bad because these people had over $1 million worth sitting on Coinbase and they lost it because they didn't even know that they could have had their own private wallet and they could have had control of their cryptocurrency. Okay. So please don't feel bad. Okay. Now you know my tribe. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Now you know. Now we're gonna move forward, right? Cool. All right. So our decentralized exchange, y'all. Welcome, Sean. I see you. Thank you for liking the live. Okay. So our decentralized exchanges, y'all, for YouTube and TikTok. Okay. Um, there are examples of that, which is Uniswap. Okay, which I believe I just saw today from one of another crypto creator on TikTok that BlackRock has bought a substantial amount of Uniswap recently because of their tokenized real world assets. They're doing I think it's called the Bill Fund, BUIDL. I think that's how it has it. But anyway, so yeah, but that's for accredited investors, y'all. So I just want to make sure you know. If you don't have either 200K as a single person or 300K, okay, coming in every year as a married couple, and that means you're not an accredited investor. All right. So I'm just letting you know when it comes to BlackRock, I already looked it up. Okay. They want the people with the big money to come over there. Lily, welcome. Happy Tuesday. All right. If you do have that and you say you want to look into it, it's I think they spell it weird. BUIDL, which is not Bill, but anyway. So yeah. But Uniswap is a decentralized exchange, and then PancakeSwap is another decentralized exchange. Like I said, y'all, there's over 1,400 exchanges out there. So just because I named some does not mean that this is it, that's all. Okay. When it comes to centralized and decentralized exchanges out there, go do your research, please. Okay. Please. This is one of those markets where it would be in your best interest to be a master student. Do you hear me? Sam, welcome. Happy Tuesday. This is one of those markets. It's not like the stock market where you can kind of, bump your head a little bit, make some mistakes and everything. The stock market has been around a very long time. They are highly regulated. Okay. So, and a lot of those companies are well established. They have been around for decades. Okay. They have big investors. They have all kind of things working in their favor. Cryptocurrency market is still fairly new. So, Cal Mike, I see you. Happy Tuesday. Okay. This is not the place to come over here and halfway do anything. This is the place where I strongly encourage you to work towards becoming a master student. So study, 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 but also apply, apply, apply what you learn. Okay. So when it comes to our decentralized exchanges, y'all, there's no middleman. Okay. Like it is with our centralized system. And of course, you can connect to your wallet directly. So these are the things, like I said, those wallets that we talked about last week, our hot and our cold wallets. Okay. So I want you to look at, thank you, Angelia, for the follow. I appreciate you. I want you to think about a decentralized exchange, or just the exchanges in general. It's like a grocery store versus the farmer's market. Okay. You get more freedom over here in a decentralized exchange, right? But with that freedom comes what? More responsibility. Okay. There's more responsibility. So, hey, Mr. Howard, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. Welcome, Carrie T. I see you. Okay. So When we talk about the decentralized, there are always going to be pros and cons with everything, y'all. But the pros with it, like I said, you have more freedom. Okay. It's going to be a bit easier for you to do those transactions when you are already familiar with the crypto space. For my people who are new to the cryptocurrency market, this may, not a guarantee, this may be a bit more challenging for you because you're not comfortable with the market just yet. So, a suggestion would be to start out with a centralized exchange. Okay, so that way you can roll into the pros. Okay, you're aware of the cons. We already talked about wallets, so that way you already know these are some of my options. These are the ones that I want to have, and I have those available. So when I create my exchange account, okay, now I already have my wallet set up, and now I know I'm going to purchase my crypto, and then I'm going to move my crypto in small quantities. Welcome, Victoria. Happy Tuesday. I'm going to move my crypto in small quantities to my wallet, be it hot or cold wallet. Okay. Does everyone in the chat know what a crypto wallet is before I move on? Type me in the chat if you're like, no, Leona, I need you to go over these wallets because I wasn't here last week. Sunshine, welcome. Happy Tuesday. If you are the person that's saying, hey, no, I need you to go over this because I wasn't here last week, please let me know. Okay. Angelia, are you saying that you have you understand what wallets are, or you need me to go over it? Let me know, y'all. If you need me to go over it, type me in the chat. What hot wallets are, what cold wallets are, so on and so forth. If y'all don't say anything, then okay, Angelia says she's good. Okay. If y'all don't say anything, I'm gonna just run right on over. Okay. Because I don't want to repeat myself if I don't have to. Going once, going twice, Faith, welcome. 3 times. All right, cool. So I'm running on. Okay, so we know about our hot and our cold wallets. So here's the thing. Now that we know the difference between our centralized and our decentralized exchanges, okay? I want you to be honest. Do you prefer like walking into a grocery store or a farmer's market? Farmer's market. I said that's so country just now. Which one do you prefer? Type grocery in the chat if y'all prefer like a grocery market or a farmer's market. Type farmer in the chat. Which one do you prefer? Type it in the chat real quick if you can. Now, if y'all driving, yo, I need you to be safe, okay? If you're at work, don't get in trouble with your boss because you over here, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to respond and stuff, and you gonna get in trouble. No, I don't need you losing your job behind TikTok, okay? Sunshine, thank you for the repost. Sunday, thank you so very much for the heart me. I appreciate you. What the girl said, grocery, okay? Wade said farmers, but I'm cheap and go to food line. Okay, okay. Look, the reason why I asked that, y'all, is because with the grocery store, that's a bit more convenience when it comes to you don't it's cheaper, like Wade said. That's one. Well, some stuff is cheaper in the grocery store, depends on what. Okay, but you have more things available, right? Larger quantity. Okay, and then of course, like it's a bit more convenient, right? So our centralized exchanges are that convenience and that larger quantity of stuff that we want. Okay. Angelia said grocery. That is our centralized exchanges. Our farmers market is pretty much kind of like equivalent to our decentralized exchange. It doesn't have the quality, the quantity that a centralized exchange would have, right? But they do have options there, right? And it may be a bit of a, hit or miss. We're getting what you want when you want it, and so on and so forth. So everything has pros and cons, y'all. That's what I wanted to get to. All right. So this should actually help you with deciding which type of crypto exchange is for you. For my people that were on YouTube that said that they didn't know the difference between centralized and decentralized exchanges and didn't have an account yet with an exchange. So you should have an idea of what type of exchange you want to consider opening an account with if you want to move forward with investing in the cryptocurrency market. I'm chosen 8. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. All right. So let's talk about how you're going to buy your crypto. Okay. Now I do have a question, and I'm gonna get to it when I get to the charts. Okay. Because I got on here for y'all on TikTok, for my beginners out there. Do you think you're ready to buy? Before you do that, though, I want to talk about a couple of things. Okay. So there are steps to us being able to make purchases in these crypto markets. One is we choose our exchange. That's the reason why I went over that. Two, we also need to make sure that we have our wallets set up, our private wallets, hot and cold wallets, which we talked about last week. Three, we need to make sure that we have security measures in place. Victor, welcome. Happy Tuesday. We need to make sure that we have security measures in place because the crypto market is not as regulated as the stock market. Okay, so there are a lot of scams out there. Aisha Johnson, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, Kathy. I see you. Okay, Mikey, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. All right, so there's a lot of scams out there. So we need to make sure that our first line of defense, our security is on point. Do you hear me? Okay, make it hard for these people to get to your money because you worked hard for it. You don't want them to get it easy. Okay, so part of that security, I'm gonna go over real quick before we talk about purchasing any cryptocurrency. I'm gonna go over a couple of things real quick. Donnie, welcome. Happy Tuesday. One, you need to make sure that if you have not changed your password to your email, if you have a crypto exchange already, for my people that said I already got one, if you have a crypto exchange, if you have not changed your password within the last 6 months, I need you to do that tonight. Do you hear me? Don't wait until tomorrow. Do it tonight. Because I told you that Coinbase has been hacked, not one time, but 2 times that I know of, okay, since I created an account with Coinbase. Okay, so if you have Coinbase and you know you have not changed your password in the last 6 months, let's get it done tonight. Stop waiting, get it done. When you change that password, y'all, you want to change it to like at least 12 characters at a minimum. Okay, don't make them consecutive too easy to be able to figure out. Make it hard for these people to get your money. Okay, make it hard for them to get into your accounts. All right, so you're going to do that with your crypto exchanges. You're going to change your password. If you haven't done it in the last 6 months, you're going to change your password to your email account that has all of your money information going to it. Now, if you say, what, Leona? You heard what I said. We should all have one email where all of our money information flows to it. Okay? Because it's easier to pinpoint where a breach has come from when all of your information is going to what? One spot. Got it? Okay, so if you know you haven't changed it in the last 6 months, I need you to change your password on your email account as well. Okay, anything that is pertaining to your money, you need to change the password at least every 6 months. If I ain't learned anything in the Army, the Army makes sure they send you reminders months in advance. Your password is about to expire. You hear me? They make sure you get that notification. Your password is about to expire. You need to change your password. Okay, I need you to do that. So at a minimum 12 characters, up to 25 characters, y'all. Use all the characters, uppercase, lowercase, all of that stuff. Okay, so now not only have we done that, we make sure that we have a 2-factor authenticator, okay, as well. So that way, when we are talking about our money, there is another line of defense. Okay, Breeze Island, welcome. Happy Tuesday. There's another line of defense to help us to protect our money. So if something happens, we are notified immediately. Taylor for Beauty, thank you for joining. Happy Tuesday. Okay. On top of that, y'all use a VPN. I keep a VPN on my laptop every single place I go to. Do you hear me? My VPN stays on when I'm at home, when I'm out, it does not matter. Okay. There are multiple VPNs that you can use. Research it. Google. Mr. Slippers, welcome. Brian, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Research it. Google it. What's the best VPN for my cell phone? What's the best VPN for my laptop computer? Okay, in 2026, Google and then go research it and see which one works best for you and your budget. Okay, cool. All right, so we changing our password every 6 months at a bare minimum. If you haven't done it, you're doing it tonight. 2, we're going to make sure that we have our VPN, our 2-factor authenticator set up. Okay, Google Authenticator is just fine. It works on Android and Apple phones. Okay, and then having that VPN. All right, The other thing that we want to do as far as a security measure is when we do set up these wallet addresses, y'all, or when we do set up these wallets, hot or cold or both, whatever, y'all, please make sure that you do not share them with anyone. Don't just write them down and leave them somewhere random, okay? Please make sure that you store them in secure places that's fireproof, waterproof as well, okay? Fireproof, waterproof, and at least in two different locations. Kamaya, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay, at least two different locations. So if one place is not viable, if something happens, it's a break-in, it's burnt down, whatever, and it wasn't fireproof, right? Then guess what? Now, boom, you still have the other one. Okay, make sure you remember where you store it too, because if you lose those keys when you write them down, or your hot and your cold wallet. For all my people, since y'all said that y'all know how hot and cold wallets are, okay? If you lose those keys, you know what happens to your money. What's going on, JJ? Yes, it has been a while. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. Okay, so that's our security stuff. So I gave y'all all of this stuff up front before you talk about creating an account with one of those exchanges that we talked about or that you're going to research, because there's a lot of them out there. Okay. So you're going to choose your exchange. Okay. Then you're going to create an account. Once you create that an account, thank you so very much, Angelia. I appreciate those roses. Okay. NB, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Once you create that account, now you're going to verify your identity. You're going to do that with uploading these documents that they tell you that they need. I got it, y'all. A lot of us don't like doing it. I tell you, freaking, what was that? Cash App, when I did it years ago. Oh my gosh, when they had you do the pictures or whatever, I'm sitting there like, this is so annoying. Like, can y'all just get this together? Like, why is this such an issue? Why can't I just upload my stuff without having to do this over and over and over again because it's an error? It's an error. Like, it was irritating. How many of y'all hate uploading ID documents? You know what I'm saying? Whether it's ID doing the selfie and they talk about you got to do the lighting like this, da 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 da. Like, how many of y'all give me the thumbs up in the chat if y'all like me? Like, it's irritating. It can be irritated depending on the platform. Okay, I know it can be irritating, but it still has to be done. Okay, Miss Martin. Yep. Okay. Wait. Yep. I know. But it still has to be done. So for my people who have never ever done this before, I'm giving you the heads up. We just said it on TikTok. Okay, there's some of us that feel the same way Leona feels. It is annoying uploading these documents because sometimes it don't take. JJ said that's how I feel about Gemini, but it's hard for someone to steal. Yes. And this is why we want to do the processes. We want to make sure that we're layering our security. So us doing this stuff is one way for us to have one layer of security, and then we just do everything else. Wade said, how many times do I have to upload my picture? It takes at least 5 times. Yo, and when I say Coinbase was easy for me, it was Cash App when I first wanted to start doing transactions with Bitcoin back in like 2021 or whatever. And I was setting it up on Cash App. Cash App gave me the hardest time because it was like, it needs to be in a frame. I'm like, it is in a frame. Then it was like, it's the lighting. I'm like, yeah, the lighting is good. So it was just annoying. I don't know how many times. And then it took so long for them to verify back then. I don't know if they better now, but it took so long. Like it took, well, for what we're doing, I'm like, that's long. You know what I'm saying? Like it took days back then for Cash App to verify your identity. I was like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like to purchase crypto, to purchase Bitcoin. I was like, yo, like, why y'all taking so long? It shouldn't take this long. My tribe, welcome back. Okay, it says same. Yeah, okay, so it's still the same. See, that is so frustrating. So they know they better now. I don't think you have to do that now. Okay, cool. So see, if y'all just starting out and you wanted to purchase some Bitcoin on Cash App, it may be better today, you know. But back in 2021, child, it was a headache. But we got to do it, okay? We got to do it, okay? Miss Mel, welcome. Happy Tuesday. All right. Once you verify your identification, your identity, and then they confirm you, right? You're gonna link your bank. bank information. They're going to prompt you to do that. Okay. And then when you're ready, you can deposit some funds. You do not have to do that immediately if you're not ready to buy. Let me say that again. You do not have to deposit funds immediately if you're not ready to buy. So don't feel like you have to do it just because you linked your bank account. Okay? Because what I don't want you to do is have money just sitting on that crypto exchange when we know that we're exposed on the crypto exchange. Okay? So this is not saying that your money is just going to be wiped out because it's sitting on the crypto exchange. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there is risk involved with that. Just like it's risk involved with us leaving our money in the bank account, it's risk involved with us putting our money anywhere. Okay. So just be aware of it. And then if you want to do it, roll with it. Welcome, Gofika. I see you. Okay. Thank you for sharing the live too. All right. So deposit funds when you're ready. Okay. Once you deposit those funds, you say, all right, now I'm ready to, let's say, because somebody put in the chat earlier, Bitcoin prices down, and this is the time to buy whatever, right? AB, welcome. Happy Tuesday. So let's say your choice is, I want to buy some Bitcoin first. All right, cool. So now you're going to choose Bitcoin, okay? And then you're going to select buy, and then it's going to walk you through the prompt, how much, and so on and so forth, and whatnot. And then you're going to do all the steps. And once you do that, you have now made your first purchase, okay? If you are like, Leona, how in the world do I do that on Coinbase? Guess what? On TikTok, I went and did a whole series on from start to finish on how to purchase our first amount of crypto. Okay. And I show you how to buy Bitcoin specifically on TikTok. Okay. So you can go back there and watch that. Chandra, I see you. She made it. She made it. Live. Happy Tuesday. Yes, ma'am. I see you. Okay. So now the reason why I want to say this again, the reason why I wanted to go through this first is because I don't want you to feel like, thank you so very much for grabbing that heart. Me too. I appreciate you. The reason why I wanted to go through this first is because people, it's human nature. When you start seeing stuff and you're hearing stuff, there may be that feeling like I need to make a move right now. Okay. I need y'all to kind of slow down for me for a second. Okay. Especially my beginners. I'm talking to y'all for sure. Okay. There is no need to rush to buy anything right now because this is a seller's market. We're in our 5th consecutive selling month. Do you hear me? And I'm basing this off of Bitcoin. Okay, we're in our 5th consecutive selling month, y'all. So there's no need to rush until, I wouldn't even say rush at all. There's no need to rush. Take your time. Okay, get educated, apply what you're learning, consistently do this, learn, apply. The more you learn, the more you apply, the more your confidence builds. Now you're going to start to feel like, okay, I'm ready. All right. When you say I'm ready to go through those steps that I just shared you to buy your crypto, I want you to keep in mind, do I want to buy right now? Or do I want to buy when, let's say, Bitcoin hits a certain price? Okay. That's called a market versus a limit order. For my note takers who are like, oh, I heard this, but I didn't know what that meant. Lala, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay. I'm about to break this down to you. All right. If y'all are good and you're like, if everybody say, hey, I know what a market order is, I know what a limit order is, then I can move on and I can go straight to the charts. But if y'all like, no, Leona, I need you to break down market versus limit order. I need you to give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat real quick. Let me give y'all a second. If you need me to break down the market versus the limit order, then go ahead and give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat real quick. If you want me, Ken, welcome. If you want me to break down the market versus limit order, then go ahead and give me the, okay, I got y'all. I see y'all on TikTok. Okay. All right. So, okay. Gotcha. Catch a shop. I see you. Welcome. Sunshine said it too. Okay, cool. So a market order, y'all, for us is where we buy at the current price. So let me go to TradingView real quick. So right now, Bitcoin is at $64,307. It may fluctuate a little bit, but 64,307. Okay. That means I want to buy some Bitcoin at $64,307 right now. I don't want to wait. I'm walking into the store and I'm paying the sticker price. Remember, we talked about, grocery versus farmers market, and all y'all said grocery store. So we walking into the grocery store and we see that okay, so I like popcorn, like white cheddar popcorn. So I see that white cheddar popcorn, it costs, $5.25. I don't know what the big bags cost, but I know it's like $5, right? Dang, when I said it out loud, that's high. Oh my God. Okay, so anyway, so that it just really hit me when I said that out loud. Andrea, welcome. So yeah, so I'm gonna pay that $5.25 because I want it right now. Okay, got it. It's fast, it's simple, we done. So, like I said, Bitcoin is at $64,307. I want to buy it right now. Okay, so if we want to buy what that cryptocurrency at the price it is right now, that is considered a market order. I need y'all to know that. Okay, because you have options. You could say, like with Leona, when I show y'all my charts, you're probably gonna be like, these lines, that's the wrote on here. Da, da, da. This is a mental note for me, or a visual note for me. Hey, when price gets here, this is where I want to be buying. So that means that I could do something called a limit order. I can set the price that I want to buy. So there's a certain price that I want to see Bitcoin get down to, where I'm going to deploy my my stable stash. Thank you so very much, Shine, for that, Harmony. I appreciate you. Welcome. That I'm going to deploy some of my stable stash, USDC, into Bitcoin. Okay. Optimus Prime. I like that name. That's what's up. Welcome. Okay. So I'm going to put that price in, or at least set an alert, which is what I can do on TradingView, which is totally free. And I'm gonna show y'all that in a second. Okay. I can set an alert, or if price goes down there, it'll send me a notification to my email and to my phone, right? And then I can say, all right, cool. Now I want to deploy my stable stash into Bitcoin because it hit that price that I want, right? You can actually set that with your crypto exchange, okay? So that's like you're going into the grocery store and you're telling them, look, I'll buy this white cheddar popcorn when it goes on sale. And then you get the notification that it's on sale, boom, it automatically buys that white cheddar popcorn for you. Okay, so you get more control. I will say that, but heads up, depending on the volume of what's going on, there's things that can happen that it may not execute at the exact price that you set it to execute. Okay, that is a possibility because it's happened to me as a trader. Billy said, time to start paying attention. That's for sure. Adding to bags every payday. Do what you do. Okay? Do what you do. All right? So a limit order, okay? Again, is if you only want to buy Bitcoin when it hits $59,000, then guess what? You set that with your crypto exchange, and when Bitcoin hits $59,000, boom, it'll execute that trade for you. The narrow path. Thank you so very much for joining. Happy Tuesday. Okay. So, do you consider yourself to be more of an impatient person or a strategic person? You want stuff now, or you're fine with waiting? Type which one you are. Now or wait. Type that in the chat. You want it now? Type now. If you're like, I'm cool with waiting, type wait. If you're like, well, it depends on the circumstances. I could be a little bit of both. Then put both. What's going on, Darcy? It's been a minute. Happy Tuesday. Which one do you consider yourself to be? You're a little impatient, So you want stuff right now? Type now. If you're like, now I'm a bit more strategic, I could wait a while, type wait. If you're like, now I'm a little bit of both, like the narrow Pathy said, I'm a little bit both, type the word both. Y'all, there's no right or wrong here. Okay. What the purpose of this is to help you to decide how you want to move in this market. Okay. Because you can do both. You can buy at market price, which is what I've done. You can also set limit orders because you're waiting for price to go to a certain area because you study the market. You say, Wade said it depends on what it is, but I lean towards patient. Okay. Mary, welcome. I see you. Happy Tuesday. Okay. So, like I said, y'all, you can do both. You don't have to be one or the other. All right. It just totally depends on you. And Sunshine said, wait. Okay, cool. I got you. All right. So, the only thing I can rush to wait with is Bitcoin. I love it. All right. I love it. Let's go. So, let's talk about what the question that I got. I get this question a lot too. Well, I won't say as much as I get the other basic type of questions, but I've been asked, like, do I prefer to trade or hold? I prefer to hold, one, because I'm looking for accumulation over time, right? I'm long term. I'm the person that think in the future. That's me. I have learned, and I'm still learning, to be a bit more patient, like some of y'all have identified. You can wait, right? I have learned over time, patience pays way more than impatience. And impatience can cost you a lot. I have lost a lot of money as a trader, okay? Because that's how I was introduced to this market first. I wasn't introduced to this market to be an investor. I personally, this is my opinion. This is not fact. This is Leona's opinion based off of Leona's situation. I feel like had I been introduced to investing in this market first versus trading first, I would have saved myself a whole lot of money. Now, did I make the money back as a trader? Thank God I did. But that's not the point. The point is I had to bump my head a whole lot before I even learned to be an investor in this market, because I was so focused on doing what I was taught, which is trade. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not here to tell you what path is best for you. What I'm going to do is, Chandra said, talk about it. I'm telling Chandra knows. Look, when people have been there, they're going to tell you. Always trading, talking. People, I see it on TikTok now. Oh, I make, $10,000 every single month, and I make 20, and that is great. That is awesome. Kudos to you. But let's talk about how long it took you to get to that point and how much money you had to lose in order for you to get to that point. That's the part that people skip. They don't want to talk about that because that's not attractive enough. They can't sell you a course. Thank you so very much for the mini star. I appreciate you, Chandra. They can't sell you their course if they tell you that you could lose a whole lot of money. You can lose more than what you put in there because you've done something called over leveraging. You know what I'm saying? JJ said some of them scammers too. Absolutely. Thank you, Chandra, for the rose. I appreciate it. Absolutely. That's with every single market, y'all. That's not just crypto on this island by itself. It's only scammers in the cryptocurrency market. No, there's scammers that's in the stock market. There's scammers. Y'all heard of Bernie Madoff? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? That man went to jail for how many years? He stole how many billions of dollars? Come on. Okay. So I want to put this out there first before I even start breaking down trading versus investor or trading versus holding and everything. Like we need to have these type of conversations. That for real, the transparency is what get me. And I don't understand that. Like, I do. I kind of get it. I kind of get it in a way because there are people that are driven by what they see because it's feeding something that they want to believe, right? Even though there's a whole bunch of red flags and alarms screaming at them, right? But at the same time, you get more respect and loyalty when you straight up with people. Say, right, they everywhere. Just be careful. Absolutely, JJ. You are absolutely correct. Okay. So I love the transparency, not the shimmer and shine. Yeah, I trust me, I get you. I like when somebody tell me straight up, this is what it is, this is what it ain't. This can happen. This is possible. It's not a guarantee, but this is possible because it has happened in the past. Historical data says da 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 da. So is it possible to happen again? Absolutely. Anything is possible. Is it possible for you to start making $10,000 a month as a trader? Yes, it's possible because people have done it, right? Is it possible for you, your first trade, to make $500? Yes, it's possible. But is that a guarantee? Absolutely not. Okay? Absolutely not. That's not a guarantee. Just like your first investment may not be your best investment. Just like everything that you invest in is not going to be a home run. And it doesn't matter what market you're investing in. You know, it may take years for one investment to pay off. I'll give you an example. I started investing in silver back in 20, okay, 2021, 2020. I think it was 2022. I want to say that's the first time I bought physical silver, right? And it silver sat in that 25, like 20s, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. JJ said, oh my God, you up? Yes. But look at how long it took. So I started buying in 2022. This is my first purchase in 2022. So it was in at 20, 25, $26, something like that. Like it stayed in that area for years. For years. I was convinced to stay into the B. Yeah, I was convinced to stay and let TikTok kick me off. But I'm saying whatever I want to say. So if they kick me off, oh well. I'm not censoring myself anymore. Okay. Because that was just stressing me out and I didn't like it. Thank you so very much for that, Harmony. Yeah. So yeah. So I was holding it and it wasn't really moving. Like it'll kind of go up a little bit, then it'll come back into the same area or whatever. We're talking about from 2022 to 2025, y'all. Silver stayed under 30. Well, I think in 2025, like towards the end of 2025 is when it was going above $30 or whatever. But still, it just stayed in that area, right? 2026, silver shot past $120. I was like, oh my God. Holy crap. And y'all know what I did? I took profit. I didn't sell out of myself, but yeah, I took some profit. Why the heck? I've been waiting since 2022. And I saw $121. I was like, yo, I'm about to start selling some. I am. I'm about to take me some profit. I sure am. And guess what? I'm putting in another investment though. See, that's the thing. I want y'all to get this. You take profit and you have a purpose for that profit. So whether you decide to trade or invest or do both, no matter which direction you take, have a purpose for the profit because you're going to have to pay taxes on it. Depending on how long you hold it, the more you may have to pay, the less you may have to pay. Okay? So if you hold it for less than a year, you're going to pay more in taxes. Okay? If you hold it for longer than a year, you're going to pay less in taxes. But you still going to have to pay taxes. Right? Chandra said, my son trades silver. He's 18. That is awesome. Oh, I got to pin that. I love that. That is awesome. Said, take profit and have a purpose for the profit. Absolutely. Okay. So let's talk about trading versus holding. Being a trader versus an investor. Now, you can do both, y'all. But I'm going to tell you from personal experience, if you have never, ever traded before, I would strongly suggest you get really great at investing first. That's just Crypto Baby City. What is going on? Happy Tuesday, girl. Hey, y'all need to go follow her. Man, can you put a comment in so I can pin you real quick? But yeah, like I met her on Crypto Chicks Live, and I've been looking at some of her content. I'm like, come on, girl, over here educating people. I just learned something last week, actually. And there we go. And she mentioned it on her page. And I was like, yo, like I literally just had somebody tell me about that on my live. Perfect timing. Because now I have a name for it. And I forgot what it is. What was it? Crypto clipboard or something like that. But yeah, I was like, dang, that's the name of it. So now I got it. Yeah. Clipboard hijacking. Thank you. Let me pin that. Yeah, I need y'all to go check out her page. She has a whole thing on that. And I was like, I literally just had somebody tell me about that on my live. I had never heard of it. And then I saw it on her page and I was like, yep. And I shared it to my story. So if y'all looked at my story, hopefully y'all saw it and y'all went and watched it. But learn something new every day. You know, always a student, y'all. Always be a student. So yeah, make sure y'all go check her out. Go follow her and check out her content. She is definitely for beginners like myself. So I love it. I love it. There's more than enough room for all of us to teach and educate each other. You know, that's it. That's all. Let's go. You are very welcome. Oh, thank you for the star. I appreciate you. All right. So yeah. So for my people, like I said, y'all, you can do both. This is just Leona's suggestion based off of my experience. Okay. I would strongly suggest that you get really great at holding as a crypto investor. Okay, become a really great holler. Thank you so very much for the TikToks. I appreciate you. Into the B, what's going on? Yes, thank you. Okay, and then as you get really great as a crypto investor, okay, and you're being a master student into trading, but that's not a requirement. That's just a suggestion. Thank you so very much, Crypto Babysitting, for the TikTok. I appreciate you. All right, so let's understand the difference between a trader and an investor. Love one another. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay. So when we talk about trading, this is what we call it, like spot trading, right? So we buy and sell to make money in the short term, but we don't actually own the asset. So when you trade, okay, because you're doing this short term, you're looking for a quick turnaround, right? You're not going to technically own the asset. It depends on what you're trading. Okay. So for those of you that are considering it, thinking about it, trading can require you to pay more taxes here in the United States versus an investor. I need you to know that up front. So if you don't have the right tax strategies, you know, like a CPA or whatever, then you might be paying more than what you should, you know, truth be told. Okay. Because when we have our capital gains from trading, that is taxed as ordinary income. And I believe that that tax can be up to like 35%, if not more than that. Okay. Hopefully everybody got that. I'm not telling you that to be like, don't trade at all. No, we need to know what we're getting into. We need to know the risk. We need to know the pros. We need to know the cons. We need to know the benefits. We need to know all of that stuff before we move forward with anything. Okay. Now, for those of us that are investors, okay, investors hold their assets for the long term. We think in years. Okay. We're not short term. We're looking for a quick flip. Okay. Bad boy, welcome. Rick, I see you. It's been a minute. Happy Tuesday. Okay. We're not looking for a quick flip. We're not looking to be able to turn money around pretty fast. We're not doing that. Okay. We're thinking in years, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, right? We're thinking about future generations, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, another thing that I want to, since I talked about taxes with our traders, right? Investors, long-term investors are taxed at a lower capital gains rate. So somewhere between like 0 to 20%, somewhere in there. Okay. Now, I do need to give you a disclaimer. Now, if you are a high earner, you're still probably going to pay more in taxes. Unless you have a really great CPA. All right. Because you have a business. All right. So there are ways to get around some of these taxes or at least lower them. Big Me's, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay. So let's get into this chart. I'm going to show y'all the charts. Okay. So that way you have an understanding of at least the basic stuff. Okay. You may not have, let me take this VWAP out because, hold on. Let me share my screen on YouTube, and then I'm going to turn it around for y'all on TikTok. So give me a second, and then I'll take this stuff off in a minute, so that way it's not like confusing to y'all. Because I know somebody's like, there's so much stuff on here. I know. I told y'all I'm studying because I'm learning about an indicator called the VWAP. And I follow a gentleman named Chris Sane on YouTube as well. And that's why I first saw it. And I was like, I'm curious. What is that? What is that? So yeah. So let me go to a higher time frame. Let me take this off, and then boom. Okay. And I'm going to change this, and then I'm going to just give me a second, TikTok. I want to change this to a cleaner chart. So, ooh, Coinbase one is not, it's got a lot going on. Let me move the Bitstamp. Is that one? Okay, that one's better. All right. So let's go. Crypto Babysitting, welcome back. Let me share my screen, y'all. Turn this around for y'all. Okay. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I thought I wiped it off. Clearly, I did not. There we go. Yes, because I put my finger on there. Okay, so I'm one of those people, because I invest, y'all, I go to higher time frames first. So when you go on this website, tradingview.com, it is totally free. You only pay if there are certain things that you want to have access to, certain features you want to have access to. You do not have to pay for this. I got to make sure I say that. You do not have to pay for TradingView. It is free unless there are certain features you want to have access to. Kingfish Studios, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay, so I, as an investor, I started higher time frames. Why do I start at higher time frames? Because I want to see what the overall view of the market is for whatever I'm looking at. Okay, so this is Bitcoin, since we were talking about Bitcoin earlier. Okay, Jeff, welcome. So now I'm on the month. How do I know I'm on the month? Because right here it has an M. If I hover over it, it's going to say 1 month. So what does that mean? Each one of these candles represents 1 month of price movement, either up or down. How do I know where price closed, or if it was a buying month or a selling month? Because the colors of the candles tell me so. Green means buy. Red means sell. So remember how I told y'all that we are in the 5th consecutive selling month, because over here we have October 2025. Look down there. October 2025. The market, Bitcoin closed in a sale. The candle is red. Okay. November 2025. It closed in a sale. The candle is red. December 2025. See that down there? It closed in a sale. The candle is red. I'm not trying to sound like, like talk to anybody or like you don't know what you're doing or anything. I'm just saying this because the people who get on my lives are new to crypto or new to investing or new to trading, whatever it may be. Okay, so that's why I'm saying what I'm saying very slow, and I'm repeating myself because we learn through repetition, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, January 2026, it closed in a sale. The candle is red. So green means buy, red means sell, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive months of selling with Bitcoin. Okay. We are now in our 5th month of selling. Okay. Melissa, it's been a minute. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. Okay. The Narrow Path, welcome back. All right. So we have 5 consecutive months of selling in a cryptocurrency market, specifically showing you Bitcoin. Okay. So I'm looking at a higher time frame so that way I know what I'm looking at. Am I looking at a buy trend where price is constantly going up? Or am I looking at a sell trend where price is constantly going down? Or am I looking at a sideways market where it's just moving from side to side and it's not necessarily going up or down? It did that here. This is March 2024, sideways, right? Do you all agree? That sideways, give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all agree that this is moving sideways. It's not clearly going up. It's not clearly going down. It's just moving to the side. Do you agree or disagree? If you disagree, that's fine. But do you agree or disagree? Give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat if where my cursor is moving from side to side, do you agree that this is sideways movement? Or are you saying, no, it's clearly going up? Or no, Leona, it's clearly going down? Chandra said, yep. Sideways. JJ said, yep. Sideways. JB, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay. Kevin said, agree. Consolidation. There we go. Consolidation for my people. That means sideways movement in a market. All right. All right. So from here, because it closed in the buy, and then it opened at the same time, same spot in April 2024, sold, and then it's been staying in that area from April to what's the last month before it broke up above. Actually, this is the last month, so October. So from April to October of 2024, it moved from side to side. And then November, it said what? I'm gone. It took off. Okay? So this is why Leona goes to higher time frames first. Not everybody does that, and that's their prerogative. Whatever system works for them, works for them. All right? But since I'm an investor and trader, I do both. I look at higher time frames. I actually look at 3 months and then a month. Okay? And then I go down to the next one. So remember, right now we're on the 1 month time frame. So each one of these candles represents 1 month of price moving either up or down. Green means buy, red means sell. All right, cool. Now I'm going to go down to the week. Why? Because I want to see, is everything going in the same direction? Okay? Because that helps me to identify as a trader if I should trade a sell or if I should trade a buy. Because everything should line up. Would you prefer to put money into something where everything is pointing in the same direction, or are you going to invest in something where it's chaotic? Which one are you going to do? Everything going in the same direction? Type same. If it's chaotic, type chaotic. Which one are you going to put your money into? Where everything is going in the same direction? Or are you going to put your money into something where it's chaotic and nobody knows what the heck is going on? Kevin's word says same. Hello. So that's what Leona does. I look for a trend. It's either going consistently up, has some pullback, but it's consistently going up, or it's consistently going down. I do not trade in the opposite direction of where it's going, especially if all of the higher time frames that I'm looking at say it's going in the same direction. Even if on a lower time frame it's going in a different direction, I'm not going against the trend, because data for me has shown, baby, that don't work for you, Leona. Okay? So I'm on the 1 week now, right here, where it says W is 1 week. Okay? So that means each one of these candles represents that means each candle represents 1 week of price movement. Capture Shop said that's confusing if you said it's going up and buy. Yes, you can join the trend. So if the market is going up, there are going to be opportunities where you can now join that buy trend. In our case right now, the market is going down. So there will be opportunities for you to join the trend to sell if you are not already into a sale. You'll need to learn how to identify those opportunities though. So that's why looking at high time frames is helpful. So that way you can make sure that before you even attempt to trade, you're going in the direction where everything is going. Okay. If it's all over the place, that is the perfect time for you to say, I'm not trading anything. Because if it's all over the place and you can't make out if it's going up or down, that means you should step away. Okay. That is a clear time to not trade. But there are going to be some people out there that's going to say, oh, I make the most money when the markets is raging and blah, 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 blah. Good for you. But Leona, don't do that. I stopped doing that a long time ago. Okay. so now, hopefully they help you catch a shot. All right. So now each one of these candles represents 1 week of price movement. Green means buy, red means sell. Green means up, red means down. Okay, so green means price goes up, red means price goes down. All right, so this is our all-time high back in October 2025. See this white line over here? It has it identified, October 2025 all-time high. Okay, so what we saw was price went down, right? Because the candles are red. Buyers attempted to push price up, but they couldn't quite do it because the next week, the seller said, get out of here. And then guess what? They took over for 4 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does everyone got it? So far, everyone got it. This is 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Okay? So the buyers attempted because that week it closed in the buy. But the following 4 weeks, the seller said, get out of here. We got this. And then it did what? What's that word again that was used? Type it in the chat. What did the market do? Start with a letter C. Crypto Bagger, I see you. Welcome. What did the market do here for those few weeks? Type that word in the chat. Who caught it? Let's see. Where y'all at? That's right. It started to consolidate. Thank you, Chandra. Let me help y'all out. Queen of Denial, it's been a minute. Hey, happy Thursday. I said Thursday. Happy Tuesday. My bad, y'all. I'm rushing a week. Okay, so yeah. So it started to consolidate. This is the time, ladies and gentlemen, where who was that said that it's confusing? Let me go back. Catch a shot. This is one of those times where you do what? Nothing. You don't try to enter the trade because it's showing you on a week that it's not a clear trend. It's not clearly going up or it's not clearly going down. So if it's just going side to side, you stay your tail out of the market. Okay? Now, you could choose to do the opposite of what Leona is saying. That is perfectly up to you. Okay? If your strategy works for consolidation, then by all means, go after it. But I'm telling you now, I personally do not know successful traders that are thriving in consolidated markets when we're talking about trading cryptocurrency. Okay? So then we see buyers attempted, but they couldn't hold because guess what happened? Seller said, get out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, y'all. We have been selling. Everybody see that? So Leona's not making this up. Thank you so very much for the rose. I appreciate you, Queen of Denial. Right? Do y'all think Leona's making this up? I'm showing y'all this is a free website. Anybody can get on. I showed you what I'm on. BTC USD. 1 week time frame. This is the brokerage. Bitstamp. Okay? So I'm not making it up. All right? So now I looked at the month. The month showed me it's selling. I'm looking at the week. The week is showing me it's selling. Thank you so very much for the heart pub. On the week, I see that I have lower highs and I have lower lows. Lower high again. And here's another lower low. So this is telling me that we have a sell trend. Would anybody disagree with that? If you disagree with that, please type it in the chat. And explain to us why you disagree with that. That it's a sell trend right now. On the week time frame. If anyone disagrees with that, please, by all means, this is your time to shine. Okay? All right, so nobody disagrees. Okay, cool. So we're all on the same page. So the month told me we're selling. The week told me we're selling. Now I'm going to go down to the date. And it's going to say 1 day. Boom. Click on it. Now, oh, Lord. Oh, shucks. Okay. So now I gotta figure out how to fix this. Oh, that's sorry, y'all. Okay. Okay. There we go. That's better. Ooh, Lord. So that sell trend means that I have to sell if I'm, you don't have to do anything. If you want to trade and you want to make money as a trader, it would be wise to sell when the opportunity presents it for you to join the sell trend. But what I want to get across is, y'all, you do not have to do any of this. Okay? This is just letting you know if this is something you want to do, there's additional work that comes with doing this. Trading is not something simple where you can just go in here, boom, you're just going to make a whole bunch of money. There's a different type of mentality you have to be a successful trader. Because anyone can call themselves a trader. Welcome, Erica. Thank you so very much for the follow. I see you, Dr. Treatment. What's going on? Let's go. Right? Anyone can call themselves a trader. But to be a successful trader, you have to have the data to back that up. Okay? So if I wanted to sell, I look at higher time frames first, and I want to follow the trend. So on this day, does it look like to you all Bitcoin is buying or selling? Type it in the chat for me. What do you see on this day chart? Bitcoin has been buying or selling. Which one? Buying or selling? Which direction has it been going? Up or down? Type it in the chat real quick. Corey, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Which direction? Has it been buying or selling? Catcher Shop says selling. All right. Anybody else? Has Bitcoin been buying or selling? According to this chart that I'm showing y'all right now, that is totally free and anyone can go to. Buying or selling? Where y'all at? Looks like sell, sell, sell. Uh-huh. Brian, you don't have to listen to anything. And guess what? You don't have to be on this page either, so you can have a good day and go join Black City. Okay? Because I ain't selling anything. Okay? Natural Shop said, can it be both? There's something called, what you're thinking about is like a pullback. Okay? So can it pull back and where price kind of goes up a bit? Absolutely. So if you're looking here, price started to go up a bit, and then it went down, sideways, went up again. Okay? But this is not a trend. This is actually chaos to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not making a decision. You trying to tell me you're gonna buy, but then you like, psych, I'm going down some more. Psych, now I'm gonna go sideways. Psych, now I'm gonna go up. Now make up your mind. I don't like that. Okay. So again, when stuff does not look clear to me, I stay away. Other people may say, hey, I can make some money. That's fine. Do what you do. C and J, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay. But yeah. So that'll be something called like a pullback where price has been going down in this case. Then it pushes back up. So that's a pullback, right? Then it pushes back down. It goes back into a sale. Then it pushes back up again. That's called another pullback. It goes sideways over here, pushes back up, creates another lower high, and then it goes back to its sale. Okay? But that's a good question. All right? So we're looking at the day where each candle represents 1 day of price movement. So overall, Bitcoin has been going down. This is low. This is lower. This is lower. This is lower, right? Then it went sideways. Then said, is that what's happening right now with the last candle? Absolutely, Catcher Shop. Look at you. I see you. Come on. Paying attention. I love it. Right? Then price pushed down again. This was lower right here. See? This one is lower than over here. And then this down here, okay, is lower than up here. So we've had a whole bunch of lows. Low, 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 low. Right? Now, Bitcoin is in that on the day, it's in that consolidating type of vibe. And we want to see if it's going to break to the upside and pull back up into certain areas. And I'm going to mark that in a second. Okay. That main guy. I see you. Happy Tuesday. Welcome. All right. So everybody understand this particular screen. We're on the day. So if as a trader, you're now going to decide what time frame do you want to trade off of. The higher the time frame, the longer you may be in that trade. So if when I go down to the 4 hour and you say, hey, I want to trade off of the 4 hour because it's still very clear to me how price is moving, right? And I'm cool with, I'm gonna go ahead and get this stuff off of here now. Because that's distracting me. And that's making the candles a little too small, and I can't do it. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Oops. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dang it. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Can I fix it? Oh, Lord. I'm going to get used to doing touchscreen, y'all, one of these days. Okay. Said, thanks. Learn something new today. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Every day we should be learning something new, okay? Let's go. Okay. So, I messed it up. How do I fix it? How about this? Let me reload it, y'all, because I done messed it up. Oh, no. Okay, there you go. Whew. I messed that up. All right. So remember, y'all, we were on the day. So let's go to the 4 hour. Go to this 4 hour. Those green boxes are where I identify something called imbalances, Crypto Angel. So it's where large movement happened in one candle and price hadn't returned to those areas yet, or they hit it and I just hadn't updated the screen yet. Because I don't really use this page, this screen, this broker, Bitstamp. So yeah. Okay. All right. So on the 4 hour, yeah. Man, I'm over here messing it up. I got it though. I think I got it now. All right. So this 4 hour, see it up here, 4H, 4 hours. That means each candle represents 4 hours of movement. Okay. So I'll make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see this better on TikTok. Now, looking at this 4 hour, don't look down here. Okay, just look at the candles. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Look at the candles. Now, what does it look like the market is doing on the 4 hour for Bitcoin? Does it look like it's buying, selling, reversing, consolidating? What do you see? Type it in the chat. I'm remarkable. I like that. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, Red. I see you. Happy Tuesday. What do y'all see? Is it selling? Is it buying? Is it consolidating? What is going on? 1804 said consolidation. Extraordinary. What's going on? Extraordinary. Let's go. Sawmill. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. All right. What do y'all see? 1804 said consolidation. What do y'all see? Type it in the chat. Buying, selling, consolidating. What do you see? I'm sorry, y'all on YouTube, I can't see you because I'm sharing my screen. What do y'all see? Sawmill said pumping. We on the 4 hour. Okay, Wade said I'm buying. Brown sugar, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. Now, okay, so for Wade, because we're talking about trading, right? Because I want to help y'all out. Okay. When we said we want to go and put money into the market when everything is saying it's going in the same direction, right? Well, the month and the week said sell. And then who was it? Said it's pumping, meaning it's buying, right? And then someone else said consolidation. JJ said consolidated, but the news don't help, right? So would we put money into the market as a trader, not investor, y'all? Because there's two separate things. Trading is short term. You want to be able to get in and out the market, right? Investors, we're holding. So of course, as an investor, the lower the price, we're going to buy because that's good for us, right? Wade said right, but I would gamble just a little because I'm crazy. And this is what I appreciate. My brother is being so honest on here. I love it. This is where some of us that started out trading first and not investing first, we were reckless. I'm just going to be straight up. We were reckless. Everything is telling us to stay away for the moment, right? Because certain things are not lining up. But in our minds, but I can get some money real quick because it's trading, right? I can get some money real quick because it's trading, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? No, you trade with the trend, y'all. If the month, the week, and the day are all showing you that it's been selling, you should not be, unless you are a person that's really excellent as a scalper and all, then do what you do. But for my people who are like day traders, swing traders and stuff, y'all, you're not going to trade against that trend. You're going to roll with the sale. You're just going to wait for the market to present an opportunity for you to rejoin the trend, which is a sale and has been selling for the past almost 5 months now. Okay? Brown Sugar said gambling is too risky. It's too risky for me. That's why I don't go to the casino. So that's why with trading, I was so mad at myself, especially as a beginner, when I lost that money. And then I was revenge trading because I was like, hey, go DJ, because that's my DJ. What's going on? Happy Tuesday, right? I was mad at myself because I'm like, you don't need to go to the casino, but you over here throwing money at this market. And then you ain't doing what they told you to do. You just taking all these risks that you don't need to be taking. Okay? So I'm not telling y'all not to do it. All I'm saying is, does it make sense for you to do that? If your answer is immediately no, then immediately get your butt out the market. As a trader, if your answer is immediately no, it doesn't make sense for me to buy right now when everything else has been screaming sell on higher time frames, and I can just be patient and wait. Like I said, I'm good at waiting. I'm good at being patient. If you are indeed good at being patient, if you're really good at being really good at waiting, and you know patience pays, then why can't we apply that same logic as a trader? This is why I love trading, because trading exposes who we really are. We say we are one way, but trading exposes who we really are. Don't believe me? When you start trading, you're going to find out. Okay? So I got to hurry up because I got to get off and get to the family. But, all right. So if we know the month, the week, and the day have all shown us that Bitcoin has been selling, the 4 hour, it is showing us a bit of a rebound. Okay? On the 4 hour. Now, Leona looking at this, I'm going to look to the left to tell me if it goes above a certain area and close, then we definitely might not be seeing that much more of a sell for a time period until it hits another area and then it pushes back down. Give you an example. This is where price is currently at, this candle. Everybody agree? Okay. Now, to the left of this candle, I want to look for an area where price has touched multiple times. Okay. So I see immediately 1, 2. Everybody see that? I move my cursor down a little bit. Y'all see these two? 1, 2. Boom, boom. Bam, bam. Do y'all see that? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Immediate to the left. Bam, bam. 2 times. Okay? I'm going to put a line right here. This is on the 4 hour. Each channel represents 4 hours of price movement. Okay? So why am I going to put it right here instead of at the top? Oh, shit. Where the thing at? I'll make that line white. Okay. I'm putting it right here because price closed here, this green candle, and then it opened at the same spot. Does everybody see that? I'm going to make it a little closer. Everybody see that? Oh my gosh, why it look like that? Hold on. 1 second, y'all. Okay, that's way better. I must have put my finger on that, child, because that was looking bad. Okay, that looks so much better. Oh my gosh. So yeah. So price closed here, then it opened here and pushed down. So it closed and opened at the same spot. Everybody see that? Thumbs up in the chat if y'all see it. Where this white line is at. Price closed here, this green candle. Then it opened and pushed down in the sell at the same spot. Thumbs up in the chat if y'all see it. If you lost, let me know. Okay? All right. So JJ say he got it. All right. So now I'm going to look to the left and see, did price come to this same area any other times? Did price come here any other times? Y'all keep tapping the screen. We should be further along in likes than what we are right now. Okay? Price came down, couldn't stay, closed above it. Price came down, couldn't stay, closed above it. So that's 4 touches so far. Everybody follow me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Then guess what? Bam! Right here. Uh-oh. 1, 2. Bam. So that means we have 6 times prices coming to this same area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it was at one point something called support, where price comes down, bounces back up like a basketball, like a tennis ball, like whatever ball, child. Okay? Price came down, bounced back up. Price came down, bounced back up. That's called support. Everybody got it? Delightful. Welcome. Hey, the Crypto Chick. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so very much for sharing the live. Y'all go give the Crypto Chick a follow. Okay, go give Crypto Chick a follow. She is awesome. Awesome in the crypto space. And if you want to learn more about crypto, get into the weeds and all that good stuff, and you are no longer a beginner like like the people that I'm teaching, I want y'all to go ahead and give her a follow. If you are a beginner, give her a follow. If you're into crypto, give her a follow. If you want to learn about crypto, give her a follow. Y'all got it? Okay, I think I got it. All right. So, bow. So that's 4 times price touched this area. Then it came up, pushed back down, and then touched it 2 more times. Bow. Now we're back at it. Everybody see that? So it went from bouncing down and bouncing back up, support, to now it bounced up and bounced down to resistance. Everybody got it? Thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all got it. If you're like, no, I don't got it, Leona, I need you to give me the thumbs down emoji in the chat. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if you got it. Thumbs down emoji in the chat if you don't have it. Price went down, bounced up. Down, bounced up. That's support. Came up, bounced down. That's resistance. If you got it, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. If you don't got it, give me the thumbs down emoji in the chat. Wade said he got it. JJ, thank you so very much for the like. I appreciate you. So now we're back at what now is considered resistance. So for my people who were saying, well, I'm buying because I'm going to gamble this thing, I'm telling you now, if price does not break above and close here, okay, then guess what? There's a potential for price to do what, y'all? Nanny Crypto, that's another one. Let's go. Let's go. There's another one, y'all. You want to learn about crypto? Go ahead and give Nanny Crypto a follow. And she said it, our supports become resistance. All right. So what's going to happen or could happen, let me say that. What could happen is price does not surpass here and close above here. And guess what it do? For my people who said, I'm buying. You showing me on a 4-hour, Leona, that is buying, so I'm buying. Guess what? You're going to get your head knocked off because price can mess around and push right on back down. Then you're going to be like, I lost my money. You're going to be like, oh, man, I lost my money. Do y'all get it now? Do y'all get it now? YouTube, y'all get it now? You get it? Listen, trading is not one of those things you just jump into and you do that halfway. No. That is the fastest way for you to lose your money. I'm telling y'all from personal experience. As a person that was paying people to learn about trading, but they weren't giving me the real upfront. They was telling me what I wanted to hear, so that way I keep paying for their education. I'm trying to save you money, not just as a person paying for education. I'm trying to save you money in the market, period. Now, if you don't want to save that money and you just want to give it away, you can always just give it to me. You know, I can see my cash app. You can always just give it to me. I'll put it to work for me because you gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was going to say, oh, I'll put it to good use for you. No, it'll be for me because you wanted to just give it away to the market anyway. I'm going to put it into the market. But see, I'm going to take my time and be patient like we talked about. Right? Nanny Crypto said education is so important. Absolutely. Right? Wait over there laughing because you know I'm telling the truth. Right? JJ say, laugh out loud, you paying for education and they paying for education. Come on, JJ. Tell them again. You paying for education, they paying for education too. What? Like, come on, y'all. So the reason why I wanted y'all to see that. Okay, now I could have went down to lower time frames and everything, but it's getting late and I really got to go. But I just wanted y'all to see that when it comes to trading, it's not simply just buy and sell and that's it. No, there's a strategy that's going to come with it that you're going to need to learn. Okay, you need to find that strategy via the person that is sharing their strategy, whether they're sharing it for free, whether they're sharing it through a paid form. You do whatever you can do or feel comfortable with doing. I'm telling y'all now, I'm not saying not to trade ever. What I'm saying is Leona has learned from her own experience. It would have been better for me to have learned how to invest in this market first, then started trading because I've developed a certain type of mindset. Trading exposed that I wasn't as patient as I thought I was. Trading exposed that I wasn't as disciplined as I thought I was because I thought, man, I'm in the army. You know what I'm saying? I'm disciplined. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I do what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm regulation. Like, that's me. I'm on it, right? I'm that soldier that's like, whoa, right? So I'm thinking all of that translates to being a great trader. No, it don't. It don't. It does not. Trading exposes who you really are, not who you say you are or who you think you are. It exposes who you really are. So if you really have a gambling mentality, it's going to show up in your trading. Investing is not going to show up as big and fast. Okay? Trading is going to show up fast. I'm telling you. So this is why my suggestion, okay? Samir said, I'm the same way. Yes. JJ said, SRP shows this. Listen, you as a person that's been in SRP, you definitely have to have patience. But I say this, just as a trader, period, you really have to have patience. You really have to have discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like you do. You really do. Okay? what I want to get across to y'all is trading is active. Okay. You're going to be looking at the charts a bit more than you would as an investor. That's number one. Okay. If looking at this gave you a headache, trading probably is not for you right now. It's okay. All right. You walk in your strengths. Acknowledge and be aware of your weaknesses, but walk in your strengths. You know what I'm saying? Walk in your strengths. All right. So if it gave you a headache and you're like, with that, trading is not for you. I love charts. I love looking at it. I do. I love marking it up. I love like figuring out where it's gonna go next. That's why y'all see so many notes, on mine. Like I have text on there. Is it gonna do this? Is it gonna do that? Like it's me. I want to see what's gonna happen. If what I'm seeing, is it gonna play out that way? What's the probability of it playing out like that way? You know what I'm saying? What's the probability of it going in the other direction? I do. JJ said, you like looking at my, I do. It's fascinating to me because to me, and the candles are telling me a story without having to hear the news. I don't need the news to tell me anything when I can just look at the candles. I can look at the candles and say, yep, something that happened. If it's large body candles, something just happened. You know what I'm saying? Right? You say, don't get mad, sis. I just bought some of my favorite XRP. Oh, you an investor though, bro. That's good. That's good. Prices are down. Right? I just want to make sure everybody is aware. There's a difference between being a trader and an investor. You need to know the difference between the two. So that way you can identify which lane you're going into to master before going into the other one. Cool? As an investor and holding, that requires patience too. Trading is right now. Okay? You have to be on it. You got to look at them charts. You still have to practice discipline and patience, but it's more active than an investor. You could buy something and hold it for years. John Johnson, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay? At the end of the day, both of them will require patience and discipline. Okay? Now, I will say this. There are some people, because this is one of the questions I got as well. There are some people out there, some traders, my bad, out there. Adrian, welcome. Happy Tuesday. There are some traders out there that prefer buying over selling or vice versa. Leona, which is what I showed y'all, focus on trading the trend. That's Leona. Especially when it comes to Bitcoin. There are two things that I do. I trade the trend, but I also trade the breakout. So when y'all saw that sideways movement, I'm ready. I'm waiting like, ooh, which one is it going to do? Is it going back into the trend? Or is it going to try to psych people out, wipe some people out, and then go into the trend? Which one is it going to do? I love both of them. So I wait for it to break out, and then it has to come back. We call it retest, right? That area that it broke out from. And then, like what I just showed y'all, it may go up and then come back down and rejoin that sell trend. So then that's for me, for Leona. Bam, here go my opportunity. Let me get into the sale. As a trader, let me get into that sale. And then I identify my areas where I'm anticipating price going because it's been there before. That's how you figure out where to take profit, right? Okay. So to answer that question for a person that had it, I don't know if you was on here, but yes, I focus more on trading the trend, but I also trade breakouts. Okay. But it's for me to rejoin the trend. So it's still me trading the trend. All right. So looking at the chart, I showed y'all the month we're selling, the week we're selling, the day we're selling. 4 hour, it was selling. It consolidated for a period, went back into the sale. Now it's attempting to break out of that sale, but it has not done that. It has not been confirmed. Okay. So my suggestion to everyone out there, if you have even considered trading, okay, I need you to find what's going to fit you. All right. Catcher Shop said, "Are you saying that the market repeats trends?" You know, I used to say repeat, but it's similar, very similar. Okay, so that's what makes it easier. Not easy, but that's what makes it easier for you to be able to identify where it has a potential to go because it's very similar. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I just want you guys to just find your lane, stick with it, and then of course make adjustments according to what the data tells you. The data that you're collecting, okay? What it tells you. Not because you feel like you should buy when everything else is telling you to sell. As a trader, as an investor, we all know Warren Buffett told us we buy the fear, we sell the greed. As an investor, as a trader, okay, you're going to sell with the sale. You're going to buy with the buy. Okay, you're going to stay out the market when it's going sideways. That's it. It's simple. Okay, so who here thinks they want to start trading? Type the word trade in the chat. Who here thinks they want to start trading? Type trade in the chat. If you're like, nah, Leona, you know, I think I'm going to stick with my investing. I'm going to just hold what I got, then type hold. All right, if you like, I'm going to hold what I got. Okay, I want the long term. I'm good on all that, you know. I'm gonna just go ahead and put hold in the chat. Mr. Kenneth said trade. Okay. Do what you do, Mr. Kenneth. There are a good number of crypto traders on here. Blockchain Bullhorn is one. Bullish Babe, but you got to catch her when she's live at it's 8:15 Central, so 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, Bullish Babe. Y'all only follow her from her lives because she has a whole lot of copycat accounts out there. Same thing with Blockchain Bullhorn. I forgot what his real name is, but there's a whole lot of copycat accounts out there for him too. Okay, those are two people that I've looked at on TikTok specifically that do crypto trading. Y'all can check them out. That's it. Thank you, Adrian. Calvin Hill. There's a whole lot of fake accounts of that too. Okay, so that's why I say just follow them from their lives. Okay, if they're not live, do not follow that account. Follow them when they're live. Bullish Bay goes live Monday to Friday, I believe, and that's at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, 8:15 Central. All right, and then Calvin Blockchain Bullhorn. I don't know specifically what time because it doesn't have it in his bio, but he does go live at night around this time, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, something like that, Eastern Standard Time. So I would say check them two out, and then there's a whole bunch of other traders out there. You'll find them, trust me, because they all, you know, they all talk. Okay, but like I said, whether you decide to trade or stick with holding, y'all, neither one is wrong. Just know that trading does require a bit more discipline, especially emotional discipline, than investing. Okay, heads up. I'm trying to save you some money. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a couple of beginner mistakes, and then we're gonna roll out because I really have to go get home to my family. So some of the mistakes that I have witnessed as a beginner myself, and also seeing other beginners make these mistakes, and that is just going all in immediately. Y'all take your time. There's no rush. I just showed y'all the markets are selling. There is no rush to go in here and buy anything. Take your time, learn, apply what you're learning, and then rinse and repeat. Okay. The more you learn, the more you apply, the more experience you get, the more knowledge you gain, the more confidence you eventually build. Okay. Then if you decide you want to start trading, cool, go for it. All right. Buying based off of hype. Y'all, there's a lot of sugar honey iced tea coins out there. Okay. Coins that are not going to be around in the next 5 years. Be careful. Be careful. Okay. Start small. You know, don't use money that you can't afford to lose, because that's what a lot of beginners have done as well. Use the money they cannot afford to lose, put in money into the market that is meant for monthly bills and expenses. Bear market bully, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Okay. Things of that nature, y'all. You don't want to put money into the market that you know you're going to need like within the next year, the next 6 months. Like, come on now. Put your, disposable cash into the market. Money that you know you're not going to miss, is not going to make or break you. Okay. Thank you so very much for the roses. I appreciate you. All right. And then ignoring these fees, y'all. With investing comes fees. It doesn't matter what market you're in. Dr. E, welcome. Happy Tuesday. It doesn't matter what market you're in, Shelly. Okay, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Everything costs to get into it. Period. It costs for you to learn. It costs for you to buy crypto. It costs for you to buy land. It costs for you to have this electricity, unless you're doing solar power, but it costs for that equipment. So at the end of the day, everything costs. Just make sure that you pay attention to how much it costs. Okay, and go move forward according to your budget. If you cannot afford it and it's stressing you out, push pause. There's no shame in that. Okay, don't put yourself into a bind to get into something, and that's anything, not just crypto. Okay, what's going on, Jenna? Happy Tuesday. Welcome. All right. So listen, these mistakes can happen. All right, and that's especially if we aren't familiar with the market we're investing in, or lack financial education, like period. Okay, so as a beginner, it can be a bit overwhelming, y'all, and that's the reason why I created the Financial Field Manual. All right, it's a resource that helps you, especially as a beginner, that is like, it's too much information, it's information overload. I got you. Okay, it provides you a resource that's going to help you with identifying some of those habits that you have created or built up, over time surrounding money that may not be helpful, that you want to break those habits. You want to establish some good habits. All right. But it also provides you with some steps, all right, to become better as an investor in general, not just the cryptocurrency market. Y'all, I got it. I talk about crypto. But guess what? I invest in gold and silver. I just told y'all about me selling my silver because, listen, I was up in massive profit. Why would I not sell some of my silver? Why would I not do it? I started buying them when it was like $20-something. Like, why would I not sell some and get some profit? Doesn't make sense, right? So I invest in other things outside the cryptocurrency market. That's the reason why I want to help people by providing them with this Financial Field Manual. Okay. Now I am going to tell y'all something up front. It's not free. This one is not free because it's a whole lot of information. Just the manual by itself is 22 pages. That's not including the additional stuff that comes with it. Calculators, risk calculators, right? You got your whole cash flow spreadsheet that has multiple tabs that calculates your net worth with your budget and asset, tracker and all of this stuff, right? Then I have the beginner investor guide attached to it because I want you to know how to go about fixing your credit, getting rid of debt. Because this is the time to get rid of debt. Okay? So crypto investing is much bigger than just figuring out what to buy and sell. It's about having a mentality to know how money moves and to employ it the right way so that way we can get the most out of it, regardless of the amount that we're starting with. All right. So if you want to get it, okay, I told y'all it's not free. You're not required to purchase it at all. You're not obligated to pay monthly for anything, to join any community or whatever. Once you buy it, it's yours forever. Okay. So if you want to, you can click the link in my bio on TikTok. The link is in the description of this video. Y'all on YouTube, you can do that. Okay. If you miss any part of this live where I showed the charts and was talking about the difference between trading and investing and, broke down how we're going to start buying crypto and so on and so forth, y'all, this recording is on YouTube. Prosperity Calls. Okay. So that's it. Your homework. You're going to create a demo account. Okay. You can research crypto exchanges or crypto trading platforms that provide demo accounts. Some people in the stock market call it paper trading accounts, whatever. All right. This way you can practice for my people who want to trade. You can practice trading without putting your own money into the market. The algorithms are typically the same as a real market. Okay, so the price is going to be same as it is in the live market. All right, and then they give you fake money to practice with. If you can grow the fake money and you keep the same strategy, you keep the same mentality as you're growing that fake money, you should be able to do the same thing live. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, personal experience as a person that has taught people how to trade as well. Some people don't do that. It's like a switch or something, and then they're like, I don't know why I'm losing this money. I can tell you why you're losing this money, but you don't want to hear it. So yeah, go practice. If you want to learn how to trade, this will be one of those things you go and you practice. Go through the stuff that I showed y'all today. Start at higher time frames. Which direction is the market going into? Identify on the lower time frame, at least by the 4 hour. Identify your support and resistance. We talked about that. I showed y'all how to identify that, right? And then just do a line. I want to see what happens after this. Is it going to break that resistance or is it going to break that support? What is it going to do? How far down is it going to go? Mark where it stops at. All of that stuff, y'all. Just practice, okay? Practice placing the orders, your market order, limit order that we talked about. Practice canceling it, all right? And then for my investors, this homework is for y'all. Stay focused. Welcome. Okay. This is for y'all. I want you to write down your investment goal. Okay. What's your investment goal in this market? Whatever it is. Ray, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Whatever it is, write it down. If you're that person that's saying, ooh, you know what? I think I'm going to stay an investor and then I'm going to, get better at that. Then I'll start learning about trading. Cool. That's my suggestion. If you say, you know what? Nah, I want to start learning how to trade now. Cool. Okay. But you need to know where you are, what each one requires, and then you work from there. Okay. So that's all I got. I hope that y'all learned something today. Did y'all learn something today? Did you enjoy the live? I know a bunch of y'all have fell out. But did y'all enjoy yourself? Did you learn something new today? Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. If you learned something new today and you enjoyed yourself. Yes, sir. I see you. I love it. All right. Look, repetition. Repetition is what's going to help us. We learn through repetition. Consistency is key. Y'all hear that? But I'm telling you, this is what we need. We need to do the same thing over and over and over again. See what the pattern is. Is the pattern working for us? Yes. If it's not, we make the adjustment. Okay. You do not need to rush into this market. You're very welcome, Ms. Martine. All right, Bear Market Bully. I appreciate you. Right. You don't need to rush into this market, especially right now. You don't need to feel like you have to hurry up and buy anything. You just need to understand this market in general. Okay. Education. Y'all coming on these lives, watching the replay on YouTube, going to other people live streams like I shared with y'all, Nanny Crypto, Bully, Crypto Babysitter, Bullish Babe for my people who want to learn how to trade. Crypto King, welcome. Blockchain Bullhorn for my people who want to learn how to trade. Just make sure y'all follow them from their live streams because there's a lot of copycats out here. Okay. Y'all just go through that. But education is what's going to help you. It's going to help reduce that fear, y'all. And preparation helps you to reduce those mistakes as well. All right, I got it. Mistakes that are inevitable. Thank you so very much for the Go Popular, Miss Martine. But unfortunately here, some of those mistakes can be permanent. So you want to minimize them as much as possible. Okay? I need you to know that. All right, so that's why I said last week, and I'm saying it again, y'all, you don't build wealth by moving fast. You build wealth by moving safely, okay? That's your focus, or should be your focus in 2026. Build your wealth by moving safely. So next, on Thursday, I'll be back. I think I'm going to do the charts again because I had a whole bunch of questions about trading and stuff. So I'll continue with what I was showing on that, and then I may do something else, but we'll see. I'll probably do like a poll or something and see what y'all want me to talk about on Thursday outside of showing the charts. and whatnot. And then I'll probably just show y'all too why I'm looking at Bitcoin gold to a certain price. Okay, as well. So that's it. I'm gonna leave y'all my favorite quote, one of my favorite quotes, and that's from Arthur Ashe. And he said to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Y'all have a great evening, and I'll see y'all Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. All right, bye, y'all. You're welcome.